Hey everybody, it's been a while since I've done a video and I need to get in gear and get more done because I really would like to see my channel grow. So, I'm Danae. Some people call me Decent Lady, other people call me Grammy D. I am Grammy D not because I have grandchildren yet, but because I have 2 fur babies, and I am called Grammy D because my daughter says, she laughs when she says it, you're their grandma, I'm their mom. So yeah, because she loves her dogs. So anyway, we're going to talk a little bit today about something that I've experienced for the first time since I started reselling. And a lot of you probably know about them, but about, I want to say 6 or 8 months ago, I learned about the bins, the Goodwill outlet. I had never heard of it till I started watching a couple of different people online, and they started talking about the bins, and I'm going, the what? Because we only have the Goodwill stores in my area, and they have whatever anybody donates to them, and then they do different things in the community. We have Salvation Army in our area. We have a few different antique stores. Well, in the city I live in, we have a bunch of antique stores. And then, but in around us, there's like, I'm trying to think. There's one on here in Niles. There's one on Portage. There's one on Western. There's one on Grape. There's one in Granger. So within 25 or 30 minutes of me, south of me, there's 5. If I go 30 minutes north of me, I have no idea how many there are there. If I go within an hour of me, there's probably 15. Not kidding. There's a lot of Goodwills in our area. But we do not have a bins in our area, which is rather surprising with the number of Goodwills we have. There is one in just outside of Chicago, which is around an hour and a half away. And then there's one just north of us, about an hour and a half, in Grand Haven. Well, I've been hearing so much about the bins, and I wanted to go, but I didn't really have the time to drive an hour and a half one way, spend several hours digging through them, and then driving back the hour and a half. So, you know, that would be at least 3 hours. More like probably you'd be in there for, I don't know, from what I hear, you could be in there all day. But anyway, even if you went and spent 2 hours there, that's 5 hours. That's a good portion of a day. And when you have a lot of other responsibilities, that's kind of hard to fit into your day. And so I had a Scentsy order that I messed up, and I accidentally sent it to my host, and she lives in Zealand, and so I had to go pick up some Scentsy products that ended up at her house that should have come to my house. Yeah, so yeah, I messed up. But anyway, and when I was there, we're driving, and I said to my daughter, who was coming with me, and this is like 4:30, 5 o'clock at night, in the afternoon, because she got off at 4, and we were driving up after that. And we looked it up online, and I'm like, well, I'm like, how far is it? So we looked it up, and it was like 25 minutes away, and I'm like, heck yeah, I'm going to go to the bins. And so we drove up there, and by the time we got there, it was 6:30, 6:45. Well, all our Goodwills in this area close at 7 o'clock. So I knew we were going to be pushing it, and so we called them and asked them what time they were open till. And for some reason, the bins there are, in the summer hours, they're open until 9 at night. I was really surprised. So here we go in there, and I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be packed. There's, I've seen a few pictures of people in the bins. I've seen people take videos of the bins, and you kind of have an idea of what's going on. Well, for those of you who don't know, who've never heard of the bins, it's where all the Goodwills in your local area send everything that hasn't sold after so many weeks being out in the stores in your area. And they send it all to the bins. And then what happens is you go in, they call it the bins because they have these big, long blue bins, and they roll them out, and you stand back away from it until you get the signal, and then all at once, everybody just jumps in and starts going through these huge bins. And you have glassware, you have books, you have hard goods, you have clothes, you have whatever, all kinds of stuff. And so I was thinking, oh man, it's going to be crazy in there. And we get in there, and it is the quietest. I think there was 3 people in there total, and other than the workers. And it was so quiet. I'm like, this is so weird. Because here I'm expecting this craziness, because I've heard these people talk about, they shove you, they try to grab what you're taking, they can be really mean. And then I've heard stories where all the employees are so nice, they're so helpful. I've never had a problem with somebody trying to get to my stuff. They'll even offer stuff to me, So I've heard both sides of the story on that, and I'm just going, okay, let's find this out. Well, we get there, and like I said, there's like 3 people. That's it, 3 people. And I was just like, wow. So my daughter and I start looking, and we found quite a few things while we were there, and we picked them up to resell. And when I did this a couple weeks ago, I did post on Instagram that we had gone there. And in the links of this video, I will post my Instagram account so that you can go see my Instagram that I do have. So anyway, we get in there and we start looking around, and like I said, it's really quiet. And it was really kind of interesting because like I said, I was expecting this like craziness, like craziness, and we didn't get it. So, but we had it was an interesting time. We definitely spent time digging through all kinds of stuff. We found several things. I think I found a winter coat for my son, and my daughter found a couple of sweaters, and she found a couple of purses and some books, and I found a pair of sandals, and several outfits to resell. So it was profitable. And then after that, we came home and just kind of chilled out for the night. But by the time we left there, and we stopped to get something to eat on the way home. By the time we got home, it was like 11 o'clock. So yeah, we did have a quiet night at home after 11 o'clock. But anyway, I just wanted to share with you that if you don't have them in your area, find out where they are. You can look up Goodwill Outlet nearest locations, and it will give you, for example, in Indiana, I know around Indianapolis, there's 4, north, south, east, and west. So yeah, if I wanted to drive 3.5, 4 hours one way, or if I had a reason to drive that way, I would love to go there because I'm sure there will be some really amazing deals that you can get. And books were like 25 cents a piece, and everything else was like $1. Was it $1.39 or $1.79 a pound? So now my son's coat was heavier, so I probably spent maybe $4 for a nice winter coat. And then the stuff that my daughter got, oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. We forgot to take some of the books out. She'd put them on the bottom of the cart. They literally have you push your cart up on a scale, and you just weigh that, and then you pay for it by the pound. And they gave us these big trash bags instead of like a Goodwill bag. They gave you one of these big like 30-gallon trash bags to put your stuff in, which I found was kind of funny. So, but anyway, so if you haven't ever experienced a Goodwill bins, it's a great way to get good products and save yourself some money and be able to help yourself maybe with reselling or clothing your family, or you know of a family that is in need of something. I know people that solely thrift the bins for reselling purposes, and I know people that solely thrift the bins for themselves. So it's an opportunity to get even better deals than you would normally get at the Goodwill. So I'm planning, just for future reference, to be doing like an inspirational type video at least once a week, something that is encouraging. And I will also be doing like budgeting and money saving recipes on another day during the week, and that is something that I will be adding very soon. And I would thank you very much if you would like this video and subscribe to my channel so that you can get more information on having a budget-friendly life and starting in or sharing in with my journey in reselling. All right, guys, I will talk to you all later. Have a great day. Bye.